some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, 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 oh,
Welcome in Phantom to Jappy. Welcome in Hoodie_23.
Hello, my friends. Are you ready for another episode of Ace Attorney with your old pal Domm? How's it going, Phantom Togepi and Hoodie? Good to see you both. Thank you for coming by. Let's see. Let's get the. Hopefully, there's some background music in the game, or I can get some music going before we get to the recap. Because I need to recap, that's for sure. Okay, no music yet. We'll just play some music on Spotify. There we go. All right. Well, we are on the final part of a Rite of Turnabout, which is the third case of the Spirit of Justice game. And man, we have some big stuff ahead of us too. Just looking here at the table of contents, man, I'm excited. Excited to see what the big case in this game is going to be like. But let's see. So the case so far, let's kind of try to get through the major points as quick as we can, because this is a kind of a convoluted mess, if you will. But let's see. So it all started with Phoenix is going to see Maya for the first time in a long time, and Maya has to do this religious ceremony. So Maya does the ceremony, and a guy dies in the middle of it, and she's accused of it. And then we go to court, and we try to defend Maya, but as much as we tried, we could not get a not guilty verdict, and we were actually declared guilty. And so then Phoenix was also declared guilty because of the rules in this country. But right at that same moment, Maya was then accused of another murder because there was another body that was found. And so then the trial for that was to take place. And so that's actually what we're in the middle of now. Okay, let's see. I skipped over a lot there, but let's see. I think it's okay. So the current murder is the victim from the original ceremony had a disciple, and that disciple was found dead. And he was found, just to skip over the evidence from last week, he was found inside, or he was found at the pray site where there was a bunch of people. There's a whole crowd of people all praying, and his body was found there with a knife in it, just like in the prone position praying or whatever. And so that's how the body was found, with the ceremonial dagger that had Maya's fingerprints on it. So that's why she got accused for that one, just to establish that. In fact, let's start going through the court record too, so that's going to help me explain this and just remember it all as well. Okay, let's go. I just talked about the body, so here we go. Let's just look at that. That is, and this is Pure Zealot, is what he's known as when his body was found. So that's the dagger. But it was found that this man was using an alias. We found this out last week, and his real name is, get ready for it, Real Nemu. So his real name is real name, and yeah. So he was going by the alias though, Pure Zealot, and this is how he was found dead. But we did discover that he wasn't actually in this location when he died, when he got stabbed to death. What we had unveiled last week was that, okay, let's see. Here's the original crime scene. So this was where the first murder was supposedly taking place, and what we had found was there was a room behind this fountain here, and it was like the secret rebel hideout. And in that hideout, we found some interesting clues. So we found these big green pillars that had like a similar symbol that rug at the praying center or whatever, the devotion area, had. And so it was like this big mossy stone, and it had these two handprints that lined up with where the handprints were in the vision, which I guess I jumped over. We did a seance vision for the victim, and so we did see that he saw like this symbol when he died or whatever, that he had his hands down, but we proved that he was actually standing up, and he was actually trying to hold this thing up as this fell onto him, and he was then pushed into that statue that was in that previous image. Here's the statue itself, and then that's what stabbed him. And so that was the true murder weapon, and that was actually the big reveal, I believe, from last week, was that the true murder weapon was this, and it was actually, I guess, like an accident. I guess you could say somebody maybe pushed over the stone, I guess. I think that's what they accused Maya of doing. But yeah, we did establish that was what killed the man. And so then his body was preserved, and we did push a piece of evidence for that. We'll have to get to the other evidence later. Right now, I'm just kind of jumping through it this time. Anyways, let me catch up on chat. You guys have been saying stuff. I'm sorry. Do we get another dancey dance? I don't know. I guess not, because we already did the victim's vision, so I don't know if we do get another seance dance. I'm sure the judge will be sad about that. I'm good, just preparing for intense rain. Oh, really? And windstorm overnight tonight? Oh, that sucks. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad or anything. Hopefully you get a good night's sleep, too. Yeah, stay safe, exactly. Okay, I live in a place that doesn't flood. Oh, that's good. Yeah, there you go. One less thing to worry about then. Live next to, are you next to a river? Okay. Oh gosh, that sucks. Yeah, floods don't sound like very much fun, man. I've always been like lived up on hills too myself. So I mean, there's areas near me, I guess, because it's kind of like known as being like a flat area. But I have always lived in an area that was like on a hill, so thankfully I've never had to deal with it. But whew, the damage I've heard about it though. He's gonna use to make a fake serial murder. Yeah, they were trying to make that's a good point, Hoodie. Yeah, they were trying to make it a serial murder, so they were trying to whoever framed Maya, you know, from our perspective, was froze the body, which is what I was about to get to. Yeah, thank you, got me right back on track. Which we had used this piece of evidence because we had this big area in that ceremonial circle where the original murder happened, that there was a bunch of snow, but it was missing, and so we asserted that they used that snow there and that ice to preserve the body in order to make it look like the murder happened after the fact, so that they could try to make it look like Maya did it by putting the knife in the same location. And I guess they couldn't tell that there was a second stab with the knife afterwards, because apparently the knife, because it's, you know, formed after a warbod bird, has like a similar beak shape that the statue also shares, I guess. Even though in the pictures it honestly doesn't look like that, but I guess it must be curved to the side there enough to make it, I don't know, it seems a little far-fetched at that point to me, but to say that they couldn't tell that there was a second stab wound, because how could it have stabbed in that perfect angle to get that very intentional looking stab with the dagger, you know? And then they couldn't tell there was a second stab? I don't know. You know, it's an anime. We gotta let it have its room to do whatever the hell it wants, right? But anyways. All right, let's see. So I think those are the big points from last week. Let's go over the rest of the evidence, keep that fresh in our mind. In a newspaper, we got Lady Kira returns to battle rebels. Yeah, so there's this person, we gotta keep that in our mind. There has been this person who's been dressing up as the same religious idol that Maya was dressed up as during the ceremony, and they are running around capturing these rebels that are called the Defiant Dragons, I think, or something like that. But we've also learned, to give a little more context to the rebels, that the rebels are actually just people who want to get rid of the Defense Attorney Culpability Act, which is the law that made it so that when Maya was found guilty, we also were found guilty. So they're actually just good guys, obviously. But yeah, they're deemed as rebels, and this Lady Kira lookalike is trying to capture them all or whatever. So that's what this article is about. Welcome in, sheepy boy. Boy, as the AI says it. On a lighter note, I'm drinking some unicorn flavored yop, which is cotton candy. Oh, nice. Nice. That sounds delicious. And it's cotton candy flavored. Hell yeah. You eat unicorn will make you immortal, right? Yeah, the unicorn blood, like from Harry Potter. Hell yeah, dude. That stuff looked like it was like mercury, dude. It's like it gives you cancer for sure. You're immortal, but you have cancer. How does that work? Let's see. Lady Kira is in the flesh. Such rumors are fueling the enthusiasm for today's purification rite. We also have an article about the purification rite, because the ice was frozen on the ground thawed so that they could actually have it. And we also have an escaped prisoner alert, which we found who the prisoner was. That was Dats Aribal. He was one of the Defiant Dragons, and he's the one who told us about how they are just fighting the Defense Culpability Act. And that's what Dirk's whole message is. Then we got this weather forecast that said it's going to be clear skies. We use this against Dats. The warmer temperature will make for excellent prayer weather. Be warned, however, that there will be a cold front move in overnight. All right, so that's the newspaper. We've used it quite a few times, so we got to keep that fresh in our minds, you know. Got Tarrust's autopsy report. So Tarrust Enemy was the first victim, for anybody who forgot. The cause of death was blood loss from an abdominal wound delivered by a bladed weapon. We might still need this for some reason. The wound appears to have been inflicted by the warbot dagger used in the rite. What if he also died accidentally to the statue? Like, the Pure Zella accidentally falls into it, and then somehow Tower Enemy is like, oh god, I fell, and then gets stabbed by it as well. Oh gosh. That could be, I guess, because isn't in his vision, didn't he like back up and get stabbed too? Somehow, even though the Lady Kira person was in front of him or something like that. I don't remember. It could come up though, so we got to read this. Cause of death: blood loss from a deep abdominal wound caused by a bladed weapon. The wound appears to have been inflicted by the warbot dagger used in the Rite. Taurus enemy's face tattoo. The mark on his face is one borne by all members of the Carianist clergy somewhere on their bodies. Records of who has what mark and where are kept at the Temple. I think we use that piece to prove that Taurus enemy was a local, like a native or whatever. Here's the original murder scene. Taurus, dead in the water. Dead in the water. And that was the ice that they used to preserve the body. My statement: the spring water was already stained red when we arrived at the inner sanctum on the day of the Rite. I feel like this is coming up. We got to use this soon because we've shown so much about how that could be proven. You know, that would be the case. This is still here. Lady Kira's warning. A warning from Lady Kira to Abbot Inmi. Only someone capable of entering the priest's home could have delivered it. That was why they also pointed at Maya. Damn them. We get accident and suicide. That would be a big twist. Yeah, that would be a pretty big twist. Yeah, there actually is no murderer per se. Kira's warning: do not perform the Rite. I know what you are planning. But this seems sus, right? So I guess this is still going to come into play because of that. It's like, what does that mean still? We don't have a clear idea what that means, right? Plumed Punisher strapped. This one-of-a-kind strap plays the Plumed Punisher theme when the Magatama on her belt is pressed. Let's click it. Maya got this in exchange for her Steel Samurai watch. Pressing the Magatama on the belt plays the Plumed Punisher theme song, which begins with some traditional Carianese instruments. Maya says its exotic sound makes it totally different, but it sounds exactly like the Steel Samurai theme song to me. So it's double music there, wasn't it? Then we looked at this earlier. This is the inner sanctum diagram. We still got that. That's that body photo. Okay, this is the autopsy report for this body. Cause of death: spinal cord injury from a stab wound to his back. The weapon is thought to be the warbot dagger, the same weapon used to kill the high priest, but we proved it was probably actually the statue. We got the dagger itself, a dagger modeled after a warbot said to have been used by Lady Kira. AK is part of Rebels, so was in me why they said threat. Well, Lady Kira, I think, was rounding up the rebels, right? So maybe, but we did find out that Emmy was a rebel. Yeah, because she's like against the rebels, right? Lady Kira is. I wonder if Lady Kira is working for like what's her face's Lady Rayfa's dad or whatever, because he seemed like kind of like a bad guy. Because they gotta like pull this into the overall plot a little bit more somehow, right? So maybe that's how they do it. We're gonna find out tonight, that's for sure. Whatever it is. Seemed to me as likely scapegoat because someone is in charge to kill a dragon rebel to stop lawyers. Yeah, that's why I feel like she's probably maybe working for Rayfa's dad or whatever, because he wants to get rid of Dirk and the rebels, and so maybe this is his dirty way of doing that by hiring this person or something. I don't know. These crazy theories we got, huh? They accuse Maya of the Lady K too. Yeah, they have. Yeah, they think that she's her as well. Sounds like the steel, because they were trying to use her for like that was her like motive, right? It was because she was Lady Kira, so she's been doing that. And in Taurus Enemy is a rebel, so that's why. That was one of the reasons why they were saying she killed him. Would you go so far as to say is actually the plumed plagiarizer? Nice one. Nice one. Let's see, we got the Manda flower, a flower the Carianese used to pay tribute to the departed, express his heartfelt sympathy. Got a brand new flag, a brand new prayer flag found at the Plaza of Devotion. It has some writing on it. I think we like show this to Dad, so I don't know if we're gonna need this in court or not. We'll see. A new flag we found at the Plaza of Devotion with this scribbled on it: at the usual spot, bring grub, the key too. Family photo. Look at that. Maya being adorable as usual. Look like a nice little family, honestly. picture of Maya and the High Priest family taken during the Feast of Blessings on the day before the rite. Balib's statement. Balib is Taurus in me, the first victim's wife, now widow. The family photo was taken during the Feast of Blessings, where it's customary to partake in dishes made of jinjo. These dishes are only prepared during the feast, which starts at noon on the day before the rite and must be finished by 3 p.m. the same day. Not allowed to eat it the next day. It's a sin! We got the Tome of Secrets, a tome given only to the one who will play the role of Lady Kira in the Purification Rite. The priestess acting as Lady Kira's representative must know her name. That name is Ilmsan? Imsan? Speaking this name is unforgivable. Oh, shoot. Hopefully I mispronounced it. Lock this knowledge deep in your heart and devote yourself to prayer. Yeah, look at that. Some fan art. Dirk's law book. So Dirk is the leader of the Defiant Dragons. Branding in it with the Defiant Dragons mark, it demonstrates the strength of Dirk's convictions. In the name of Her Eminence, those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. That is the Defense Culpability Act. That's what they're totally against. Rebel hideout photo. We went over this. Rebel hideout. Pretty cool place. Except for the blood. You know, that's not cool. And then the statue. The real murder weapon in the second murder. We got profiles we can look at. We got Albie, adorable little guy. We got Maya, Emma. We got Sadmari. There's Lady Rayfa. Second guy. Second victim, Pooray. Balib, that's what she looks like. And then that's a Reball when he doesn't have his disguise on. Alright, let's do it. I think we're ready. I think I know what's going on. I like comfy clothes. I really want a cloak or cape. Yeah, it's like having a blanket on all the time, right? Wouldn't that be what it's like? That sounds nice. Alright, let's pause this Spotify. And let's get into it. Let me know if the audio is wonky, but I think I got it. Sometimes it messes up right after I start streaming though. Sorry, Maya, but this was the only way. Sorry, I gotta get my desk set up still. It's a freaking mess. Okay. You sure you're up for this?
Thanks for believing in me, Nick. Even though I don't know if my channeling ability is on point yet.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was like also the big thing. I forgot about that. I'm so glad that they do this. So Maya's now going to channel the victim, I think, right? I think that's who we were going to channel. And it's like, it was a big secret this whole time. So like throughout this whole thing, she was like not telling anybody she actually could channel at all, because it's only supposed to be the high priestess of this country that can do it. And so Rayfa, the Princess Rayfa, she should be able to do it, but she can't. But Maya can do it. Apparently she's gotten really good at it. So hopefully we get to see her do it, but she's going to channel a guy. So that's going to be interesting. I don't think we've ever seen her do that. So that'll be pretty cool. Oh, is it Taurus? That was what it was? Okay. I knew it was one of them.
Even though I don't know if my channeling ability is on point yet.
Oh, right. Before she started training here, her success rate was only about 30%.
I know you can do it, Maya.
At least I hope she can.
So are you sure you're ready?
Yeah, at least I think so.
You don't sound so confident. What about all your training?
Training's one thing, actually doing it is another.
Oh, I see.
Uh-oh. If she fails to channel the High Priest, we're as good as dead.
Oh yeah, there it is, the High Priest, yeah.
Relax, Nick. You can count on me. I'll show you what my training's done for me. This will be a moment you never forget.
Okay.
I just hope it's unforgettable in a good way.
Once we hear Abbot Enemy's story, I'm sure the truth will come to light.
I hope so. But he was hiding the fact that he was a rebel, so I doubt it'll be as cut and dried as all that. I'm sure we're gonna have to cross-examine him. Hey, are you ready? Oh, wait, ugh. They're ready for you. Please return to the Hall of Justice at once. Okay, Maya. I'm counting on you.
You got it. Here we go.
May 12th. High Court of Kaori. We have received official approval for the accused to channel a spirit here today. Now, if you will, Miss Fey, please proceed.
Yes, Your Majesty.
I can't believe it! Only the Queen should channel spirits! Execute them! Put them to death right now! Death! 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 Death!
Damn, dude. That's hardcore.
Come on, Maya. I'm counting on you.
Stakes are pretty high here, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, death, right? Isn't that like some freaking hardcore stuff, dude? That is freaking metal, dog. I have to get Francie in here to fight him off, you know what I'm saying? Get him, Francie.
I have been studying here in Kaori for 2 years now, so that one day I will be the master of Kurain, a village of spirit mediums back home. But first, I shall show you all the fruits of my training in your kingdom.
Wow, she seems really confident.
A neophyte practitioner such as you could not possibly channel a spirit. Okay, Your Benevolence. How about this? If I succeed, will you stop calling me a neophyte? Very well. If you succeed. Oh, I will. Just you watch.
Hell yeah, do it.
Oh, spirit of Taurus in me, slumbering. Oh, return now to the world of the living.
I missed part of that. It's so cool to see Maya, like, taking it seriously, you know what I'm saying? Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. What the hell? Oh. Oh my god. What the hell is that, dude? That is crazy. I think we need a second whoa on that one. I got it.
Wow! Wow! Whoa! Who's that guy?
Who's that guy? Oh man, I guess how else were they gonna do it, dude? That is so funny though, dude. What the hell?
What is this place? Oh my!
No! This cannot be!
Polkunga!
It's the High Priest! The accused really can channel spirits. I don't believe it. The accused spiritual power is the real deal.
Go, Maya!
I do not understand. This cannot be. This simply cannot be. I must step out now before I forget myself.
Damn, dude. It looks so photoshopped, yeah. The clothes are so small.
Abbot, in me! Would this be the Twilight Realm? And what of this? Of this luxurious mane of hair? It is perhaps a gift from the Holy Mother for decades of faithful service. Abbot in me? My, but if it isn't His Majesty. Have you too shuffled off the mortal coil? Please, do not count me among the dead. It is only you who has passed on. But the spirit medium Maya Fey has brought you back among us today. Why? Acolyte Fey has mastered the secret of art of spirit channeling? I suppose that explains these gorgeous locks. What the hell? When I pass from this world, I too hope to be channeled with a full head of hair from a gorgeous young lady. Though it be for the briefest of moments. I give thanks for the splendid coiffure. Praise be to the Holy Mother. However, this kimono is a bit too snug for my taste, if you would excuse me.
Wow.
There, that is better.
Could we get to his testimony now? Dude, I'm afraid for when she stops channeling him now, dude. That's not good, dude. I wish he kept his top on.
Why, you are that foreign lawyer that people speak of as of late. And is this not the Hall of Justice? Why have I been summoned here today? Forgive us for calling you back from your eternal rest. But you have been accused of murder. Might we ask you to testify on your own behalf? What the hell? I have been accused of murder? That is troubling indeed.
Ah! What's with that crazy pose?
Is this really cause for such astonishment? Even the lowliest amongst can achieve such body control with the proper training.
Oh, I wonder if Albie will be able to do that someday. Wait, what? Why does he want to know if Albie will? What? What was that for? Secret of all bald monk want long, beautiful hairs. Yeah, don't we all? If we could all have luscious Maya locks, wouldn't we?
Will the defense please explain the situation to the High Priest?
I'd be happy to. Your disciple, Pure Zealot, has been murdered. It happened on the day before the purification rite. And the crime occurred in the rebel hideout hidden within the inner sanctum.
Acolyte Zealot? He has been killed. Who would do such a thing? Certainly not me.
Phoenix just died on top of to prevent it. Yeah, he's like, no, Maya. Someone who knew of the hideout and had access to the inner sanctum. In other words, you, Abbot and me, after all, weren't you secretly a rebel? Oh dear. That's still Maya's body. Hope he doesn't break anything.
Wow, the High Priest is amazing. You'd think he hadn't mastered such advanced prayer poses. He's still worthy of our veneration. Praise the Holy Mother! Praise the Holy Mother!
Oh my. Have my rebel allegiances been exposed? Not even my wife knew of that. It seems to rest in peace is not my fate.
Why did you, a devout priest of Karianism, join the rebellion? I mean, I think we probably have a good idea, probably because he's not a bad guy. The High Priest has come back to us, but for a brief time, Defense. Shall we not cut to the chase and ask the most pressing of questions?
Oh, right. Abbot and me. The prosecution believes the one who slew both you and Acolyte Zealot to be Maya Fey, who has been playing the role of Lady Kira in the Rite. Being that I was dead until just a moment ago, my memory is a bit hazy. Could you please do your best to remember?
Objection!
The High Priest says his memory is hazy. It's all coming back to me. It is as Prosecutor Sadmati calculated. I was slain by none other than Maya Fey. The High Priest's statement has proven my assertions with regards to his murder correct. No! But what about Acolyte Zealot? You were the one who killed him, weren't you? I know not about my disciple's murder. Furthermore, I have an alibi of my own. An alibi? Seriously? It seems the testimony the defense had been hoping for is working against him. Now, Abbot in me. Or testimony, if you please. Yes. Yes, of course. I have an alibi. I have an ironclad alibi for the time during which the murder took place.
How does he know even that much detail of when the murder took place? Did we tell him?
I thought he didn't know about the murder. Just past noon on the day before the rite, I was entertaining guests at my home.
Yeah, I only think it's Maya because of the she was the one that was supposed to be wearing the Lady Kira outfit, right? Yeah.
And I believe my guests can corroborate this.
And that's it? You had guests?
Just past noon. That's right about the time Zealot was murdered. Are you sure about that? Absolutely. Come to think of it, Rafa told me about a spirit's memory. A spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death. So even a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap in time between the moment of his death and the moment it is channeled? Yes, and yet it clearly recalls all of the memories it had in life. The High Priest seems to know exactly what he's talking about. So, the question is, what would be the best angle of attack?
Cross-examination. Maybe he knows because Maya knows when the murder was. Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. Does Maya's knowledge? Oh, wow. That'd be kind of weird. So then he would be able to act with all of Maya's knowledge then. That's what that would mean. So he would know about everything. I mean, about a lot of our, like, side of the whole investigation then, right? I have an ironclad alibi for the time during which the murder took place. Hold it! Hold it! Okay. You use the word alibi as if it were second nature. Are you perhaps mocking me? Or is it perhaps the kingdom of Kaurain itself you wish to ridicule?
Come on! Everyone and their grandma knows what alibi means. We're not a bunch of country bumpkins here. We have plenty of them.
Damn it, I can't read it fast enough.
Peace, 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 I say. Mr. Wright, would you care to clarify your last statement?
Please, don't take it the wrong way. It's just alibi is a rather technical term for a priest to use so naturally.
I assure you, I know how to use the term. In fact, I had even hoped for a chance to do so one day. I suppose that even I, a high priest, am not immune to such trivial worldly attachments. Oh, I see. Still, he seems unusually calm and composed. Almost as if he had prepped himself for something like this. Just past noon on the day before the rite, I was entertaining guests at my home. Hold it! Guests? And you were entertaining them personally? That I was. We gathered around the table for a most enjoyable conversation. He said his guests could corroborate his alibi. That can't be good for our case. Are you sure that was the same day as the murder? Maybe you've misremembered. Do not doubt my mnemonic faculties. I have died, but my memories up to that point are crystal clear. Sorry. He has pretty thin skin for a priest. Though, I guess I should have known better than to doubt his memory. A spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death. So even a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense a gap in time. Between the moment of its death and the moment it is channeled? Yes, and yet, it clearly recalls all of the memories it had in life. Remembering that again? There's nothing better than enjoying ginger cuisine with dear friends. That way, everyone's breath becomes equally malodorous. Right. And I believe my guests can corroborate this. Hold it! And who exactly were your guests that day? Don't tell me they were rebels, so they can't be called here to testify. It was none other than his Majesty, along with his family. He couldn't attend the rite due to work, so he stopped by ahead of time. My, how his daughter has grown. Wait a second. Let me set the record straight right now. I am not a rebel. Thank you for that wonderful meal, Abbott and me. Lady Inme's cooking simply cannot be beat. We're not gonna say anything about that weird comment about his daughter, dude? So there you have it. When exactly was His Majesty at your home? He was there from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Indeed, precisely the time period with which Acolyte Zealot was slain. Yes. And he had a rousing chat, and we had a rousing chat concerning the game of Catchu Demal. God damn, dude. Oh, jeez. Catchu them all. But... I'll just have that added to the testimony. After all, it was I who visited the High Priest's home. My guests that day were His Majesty and his family. They visited from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Come on, dude. What the hell? His judge's name Ash, right, dude? Ash Ketchademal. Your Majesty, are you sure this testimony is completely accurate? As sure can be. Oh, how wonderful it is to finally have my actions be admissible as evidence in court. His Majesty was at my home during the exact time period of the murder. Come, let us put this behind us. I could not have possibly committed this crime. How can you be so sure? What if the clock or watch you were using was off, or you misread the time? There was a clock right near the table, and it had the exact same time as my watch. Now do you understand, lawyer? As you can see, my alibi is airtight. Or do you still think I could have killed Acolyte Zealot? His Majesty's a witness? Are you satisfied now? There was not a single discrepancy in Abbot Inme's alibi. If I give up now, it's all over. Now hold on a second. Is there anything wrong with the High Priest's testimony? I mean, there's gotta be, right? I mean, wouldn't we always say there is here? When would we ever not? We got a safety save, though. Alright, there is. There's gotta be, dude. There is a discrepancy in the High Priest's testimony. There is? Well then, perhaps you could explain what it might be. This is what's wrong with his testimony. The prayer feast was short. He's too friendly with the judge. He knew the time of the crime. Yeah, he knew the time of the crime. That's what's weird to me. Because we had just figured that out here in court. I'm going to go with that because that's what my gut said. He knew the time of the crime. We already saved on the last step, so we'll do that. After Abbot Inme was channeled, no one ever stated what time Acolyte Zealot was murdered. No, now that you mention it. Despite that, you claim to have an alibi from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. That means you knew that Acolyte Zealot was dead. When you were still alive. No. Oh, thank goodness her body didn't transition back when he fell out. Jiminy. Magistrate, you're a conflict of interest here. Yeah, exactly. What the hell? Wait, I think I saw something just now. No, I must be imagining things. So, tell me, how did you know what time the crime had been committed? About that. No, open your heart. Let the Holy Mother in. Why, we have been blessed with the High Priest's sacred words of prayer. All who serve our holiness must strive to banish worldly desires from their soul. Open your heart. Let the Holy Mother in. Purge your mind of greed? Something else? I feel as if my very soul has been cleansed. You can't fool me. Prayer may banish worldly desires, but it can't make a contradiction disappear. Yeah, Phoenix has got the power to see ghosts now. Yeah, he does, dude. How can you be so sure? What's that supposed to mean? This lawyer seems to think little of the power of Carian's prayer. Huh? Prosecutor Jutsu? Abbot Inme was at home during the crime, but knew of what happened at the hideout. I believe this can be explained thusly. He must have had a way to monitor the hideout from his home. What? You never cease to amaze, Prosecutor. I mean, we're wrong voice. You never cease to amaze, Prosecutor. As he has surmised, there was a listening device installed at the hideout. It enabled me to instantly learn of anything unusual even when I was not there. Remember, the rebels had been using this as a top-secret hideout. It would be perfectly natural for them to install such an apparatus. Wait, come to think of it, when I was searching the rebel hideout. There's something under the banner. A microphone? What's this doing here? Was someone trying to record something with it? That was a listening device. It starts recording whenever it detects movement. I heard just such a recording after His Majesty and his family left. If you look in the desk in my study, you will find the tape in question. Really? All right then, bailiff. Yes, Your Majesty. Go retrieve the tape in question from the High Priest's home. At once, Your Majesty. The power of Carian's prayer. Even a putrid brain such as yours should understand it now. It's like the contradiction really did vanish. We shall ascertain the content of the recording once we have the tape.
It's so weird seeing guns in court. Yeah, it is weird, right? Because definitely in this game, we've never seen that. I mean, Detective Bad, sometimes it looked like he's about to reach, but he just pull out that little mirror or whatever. In the meantime, I would ask Abbot Inme to continue with his testimony.
Very well.
Witness testimony.
I heard everything. I was entertaining His Majesty and his family when the crime occurred. When I listened to the tape later, I heard a man and a woman quarreling. It sounded like an altercation between Acolyte Zealot and Acolyte Faye. After that, there was a loud noise followed by haunting silence.
Jeez, he's just trying to fucking pit it all on Maya now, dude.
I have to find some way to attack his alibi. If only Maya was here. She has a way of putting me at ease. But seeing her like this is only creeping me out.
Though the High Priest was a rebel, he was still a Carianist holy man. Therefore, take care in your questioning, lest you invoke the ire of our people.
How dare he suspect a high priest? May the Holy Mother strike him blind!
As if this wasn't hard enough already.
Nice try, but I'll stop at nothing to find the truth.
I heard everything. I was entertaining His Majesty and his family when the crime occurred.
Hold it! Hold it! You were entertaining His Majesty and his family during the crime.
Indeed. My wife, Balib, was treating them with her wonderful home cooking.
Your wife was there that day?
Why, yes. She was in the kitchen cooking up a storm the entire time.
Come to think of it, I don't think I saw her at all that day.
Oh, what if she was the one that he heard? She's the killer. That'd be crazy.
She takes her culinary duties most seriously, you see. That is why she was in the kitchen cooking without pause the entire day.
So the judge never saw Miss Inme. Should I have Abbot Inme add that statement to his testimony? Sure, dude, why not? Screw it, let's do it. Have him at it. Please add that statement to your testimony.
As you wish.
Ah. Aha! You think that might be the case, huh?
My wife, believe, was in the kitchen cooking the entire time.
Hold it! The entire time?
What was your wife making that day? The menu that day featured...
Oh, man. Hotin soupaise? Hotin soupaise? I feel like it's gonna be it's another one of those weird pun things. And Melton mouth? Melton mouth, right? So what's the one that's hot in soupaise? Hath in... I can't. That first one's hard to me. Hot and spicy? Is that what it's supposed to be? Hot and... Okay, yeah, okay. Supazi. Hot tin supazi. And melt in mouth. It's so weird, dude. It's so hard for my brain. I'm like dyslexic, dude. So it's like freaking with me, man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
They're both traditional Koreanese dishes. Hot and spicy chicken.
I can't even begin to imagine what those are.
Ah, yes. I love some melting mouth. The exquisite zest and hot and spicy, and the supreme texture of melting mouth. Lady Envy's cooking that day was utterly unforgettable. Thank you. It brings me great joy to know you enjoyed your meal. Now, once His Majesty and his family had left, when I listened to the tape later, I heard a man and a woman quarreling.
Hold it! Hold it. You heard everything from a recording.
Indeed. Each night, I would secretly check what the listening device had recorded. I would have been in serious trouble with my lovely wife had she discovered my secret.
Can you really tell what happened by the audio alone?
Long years of ascetic training have sharpened my hearing. It is but a simple matter for me to ascertain a situation by the sounds I hear.
Practicing Koreanism improves your hearing?
Hearing is but one of the senses it can improve. If one can focus and attain inner peace, all five senses can be sharpened. And you can become more flexible. Why, the warbot over in the bazaar just cried. Did you not hear it?
Give me a break.
It sounded like an altercation between Acolyte Zealot and Acolyte Faye.
Hold it! Hold it! Hold on. Are you sure about those voices? Was it really Acolyte Zealot and Miss Faye?
I'd say that was the most reasonable conclusion under the circumstances. Or perhaps Acolyte Faye has an alibi that you can prove.
Shut the fuck up, bro. I'm afraid not. It's off of sweet and sour. I didn't go over the last time we served it.
I'm not good at sweet and sour. Then I suggest you make like of a mollusk and clam up. Now, I will continue my testimony, if I may. After that, there was a loud noise followed by a haunting silence.
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Come on, dude. Hold it! It went on, come on, dude. A loud noise? I'd say that's worth looking into.
There was a terrible crashing sound. Poor Acolyte Zealot. It must have felt so heavy.
Must have been that stone slab falling over. Should I have him add that statement to his testimony?
Oh, yeah. Add it all, dude. Please add that statement to your testimony.
As you wish. I would describe the noise as a terrible crash. Poor Zealot. It must have felt so heavy.
Hold it! Hold it! You believe that terrible crash is connected to Acolyte Zealot's death?
Yes. The sound, no doubt, was poor Zealot's death. Nell. Such a tragedy, for he was a fine disciple. I would ask all here today to give a prayer for his departed soul. Zasheri Matami Yoma.
Sasheri Matami Yoma. Am I saying that right? Is that a pun too?
I had high hopes for that young man's future. Zasheri Matami Yoma.
Why do I feel like such a jerk for just trying to do my job right now?
Bumblebee tuna?
Mr. Wright, do you still feel the need to question the High Priest? His alibi is as tight can be.
This isn't going so well. Better ask him about something else.
I'm curious, Abbott in me. Did you stop by the rebel hideout after His Majesty left?
Yes, I thought it would be wise to assess the situation. But as I said before, there was nothing to see. The hideout appeared as it had always had.
And the victim's body?
It was nowhere to be found. Acolyte Faye must have already disposed of it, and anything else incriminating.
So when you saw the rebel hideout, it looked like it does in this photo?
Yes, I would say that it is how it appeared that day.
So the stone slab had been put back in place.
And how would Maya do that, dude? I think I said that last week. Like, this is what we're gonna imply, is that Maya fucking picked it back up? And fucking carried a man's body? Like, what?
Mr. Wright, is it not time to concede defeat?
No, wait. I just need a little more time.
If you insist.
Okay, let's see. So what all do we have now? Let's see here. I believe he was in the kitchen cooking the entire time. Goes to the tape later. I heard a man. Sounded like an altercation between Acolyte and Zealot and friend. There was a lot of noise. Probably it felt so heavy. Alright, let's see what we can push against this. We already said to hold it to this, right? I'm pretty sure. It seems like this would be relevant because he said he went there and there wasn't anything there, but when they went to the spring during the ceremony, it was already red. That seems like a pretty big clue that he would have seen. It was already stained. It was already stained red when we arrived in the inner sanctum. So that's weird. No, yeah, you think Nayuta would, yeah, say that She channeled people and started killing people, like, as other people? Wouldn't that be crazy if somebody had done that? They just channel people to just blame it on them somehow? You just, like, get yourself in a position where you're about to kill somebody and then just channel somebody. You're in my body now, but you have a knife in your hand, you're about to stab somebody. No, fucking frightening. Let's see. I wonder if this family photo can be... Because this was that same day, right? And she was supposed to be in the kitchen the whole time, but she was here eating at this point, right? Picture Maya and the Hypers family taken during the Feast of Blessings on the day before the Rite. Maybe I can try that. So let me do a little save-a-roo. Maybe we'll start with that. Seems there's a one-to-one there because we have that one where he talks about his wife. Kitchen cooking the entire time. Oh, sorry, this is what I'm choosing. And we're gonna try the picture. Family photo. Hello, photo. Objection! Oh, music's still going. Please take a look at this piece of evidence. Anything come to mind? Probably gonna have to reload. That's coming to mind. It's a nice photo. That's coming to mind. Well? The defendants have something he would like to say. Alright, load. Okay, what did Believe say? The family photo was taken during the Feast of Blessings, where is customary to partake in dishes made of dinjo. During the feast, which starts at noon on the day before the rite and must be finished. And maybe it was the statement and not the photo that I'm supposed to push. I guess I could try that then. Similar vein. Yeah, I guess I'll try that next. Objection! Nope. Same thing as last time. Shots in the dark, my friend. You believe and believe stayed, man. Let's see. Finish the Cyber's body. So I feel like I'm finding some things that are like relevant to the whole conversation, but not to what I'm trying to press it against, I guess, or not to this specific thing. Okay, so we have this. It would describe the noise as a terrible crash. Pours a lot. It must have felt so heavy. So I feel like the heavy thing is something about how do I can't present like a profile, so I can't like present Maya against that. I feel like I'm not thinking of something right. I'm like too in the box or something. Through it. Good song. There you go, Eddie. Was entertaining his majesty and his family when the crime occurred. Okay. He was in the kitchen cooking the entire time, which we got him to say this statement. We told him to put that in. When I listened to the tape later, I heard a man and a woman quarreling. Don't really have anything that comes to mind there. Sounded like an altercation between Acolyte Zola and Acolyte Faye. I don't have any evidence that... Hey, maybe I could present the photo here just because, I don't know, maybe we would be saying like, well, they don't look like they're upset at each other, but I don't know, it seems weak. After that, there was a loud noise followed by a haunting silence. Gosh, let's come to mind. I'm just gonna get a hint here real quick. Just a little hint. Can't believe I'm so stumped though. It's gonna be one of those things where I'm gonna be like, oh man, God, I should have had it. Let's see, I heard everything. Press all your main statements. Huh, okay. So it's because of that comment he just made. Because I thought that was weird, but it isn't like one of these statements. Okay, so what we need to do is point out, because he just said that he knew that the thing. Wait, what? Why is it that? I lost it because he said that he knew that it was put back up, and it's like, how would he know that? Okay, how about maybe he has an alibi? How could he have known something only the killed knows? Present the rebel hideout photo on the last statement. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not sure how I would have figured that one out. I always try to like find the path in my brain, but like, I don't know. I think I needed the hint on that one. I guess maybe there's a few ways you could probably get here as a thing to try, but I don't know, nothing like super concrete though. How is the body moved? Right, like these are the things that are going through my mind too, but it's like I can't pin that to anything that he's saying, you know. That's what these Ace Attorney games is like. There's all these things that we can see here and say, but like when there's no evidence to like point to like somebody saying, it's a lot harder to like say what we're trying to say. But yeah, this is what we gotta do, I guess. Abbott and me, you said, and I quote, "Poor Zealot, it must have felt so heavy." Why do you think he felt something heavy? You said the hideout looked like it did in this photo. Oh, right, because then how would he have known it even fell over? That's what, okay. Now that came to me. That's what we're trying to say. My bad. If so, there's nothing that would lead you to believe he had experienced a heavy feeling. The fact is, of course, a stone slab did fall over onto Acolyte Zealot, impaling him on the Warbot statue behind him. But that was only revealed through her benevolence's divination seance earlier. Would the defense please get to the point? My point is, simply hearing a crashing sound shouldn't have automatically led him to conclude the victim was crushed to death. I still don't see your point. I'm saying that the High Priest knew. He knew how the victim was really killed. Oh wow, look at that. It's the first time we've seen that. Interesting depiction. Why? And that is information only the real killer could have known. Just imagine the person making that funny noise as the dots just stand in the court stage go.
I definitely saw it that time.
Yeah, the spirit.
I've got the high priest spirit shaking in his boots, or I should say, sandals.
His boots this is. Need I remind you, Abbot Inmi was with his majesty at the time of the crime. Such an alibi precludes him from being the killer.
That's true. So he can't be the killer. However, he knew how Zealot was killed. Something only the killer could know. Can this discrepancy be resolved somehow?
Well, Mr. Rite, we're waiting for an explanation.
I was just getting to that.
Time to think of something quick.
Sneeze, pardon me. You got 3 options here. The High Priest knew something only the killer could have known because he heard it from the real culprit. Safety save. Ooh, jugging. He heard from the real culprit. His wife! Balib! She's the real killer. He must have heard how the victim died from the real killer.
The real killer?
Of course, that makes perfect sense. I don't want to believe it. This is the only possible explanation.
So tell us, who is the real killer?
It's gotta be someone close to the High Priest. Someone without an alibi. The person most likely to be Zealot's killer is...
Take that! He opened his eyes! Your Majesty, while you were visiting the High Priest's home, you didn't see Miss Inmi at all, did you?
No, I never saw her, but... what does that have to do with anything?
Did the High Priest ever leave your sight?
No, we were talking the entire time. And the food was brought right to the room's entryway.
So the High Priest has an ironclad alibi. But his wife does not. What the devil are you insinuating? I'm insinuating that Miss Inmi might have killed Acolyte Zealot. You have a lot of nerve making such a baseless allegation. She had no motive to kill Acolyte Zealot. He was like family to her. No. We can't entirely discount the idea. Especially if you consider that Miss Inmi could have been the one posing as Lady Kira. Even a fool must temper his foolishness at times. You're a foolish fool for being a fool so foolishly. Or do you truly believe Lady Kira would kill Acolyte Zealot though he was not a rebel? Objection! As we all know, the High Priest was secretly a rebel. It would follow that his favorite disciple could very well be a rebel too.
Are you suggesting that Miss Inmi killed her husband as well?
As sad as it is to think she'd kill her own husband to rid the kingdom of rebels, I don't think we can rule it out.
Not my begging wife. Caw! Caw! You claim my wife is that rebel hunting Lady Kira? And that she slew both Zealot and myself? My lovely wife? That is utterly impossible. Yikes! I have never seen the High Priest so angry. It's kind of hot.
Yeah, Taurus didn't like that. Taurus will remember this. It is as Abbot in me stated. And the accused has already been found guilty of his murder. It is far too late to overturn it.
That's right, Mr. Rite. Now apologize to the good priest before he gets angry again. Quickly now. That scared me.
No, I'm not going to apologize. The true identity of Lady Kira is a major piece to this trial's puzzle. Admit it, Abbot in me. Your wife, Lady in me, killed you. Yet even now you continue to lie in an effort to protect her.
How absurd. It appears the lawyer has forgotten. My lovely wife could not possibly battle the rebels in the guise of Lady Kira. For we are blessed with her holiness, as she is with child. Praise be to the Holy Mother.
I completely forgot about that.
That abominable Lady Kira figure who slew me and Acolyte Zealot was the accused.
This is bad, but I can't give up now. Don't forget, my client doesn't have the strength to fight rebels either. How could a weak young woman like her possibly... Prosecutor Jutsup? He's protecting the wife and the baby.
You foolish oaf of a lawyer.
If only you were as blessed as Lady in me. What? Surely, the accused possesses the strength, or should I say, the power. The power to battle those black-hearted rebels. What are you talking about?
My good prosecutor, I see you have come to the same conclusion as I. Such keen insight.
Then you have figured it out as well, Abbot in me. May I ask you to explain it to this putrid-brained lawyer?
Certainly, for I could not allow him to frame my lovely wife for murder. Foreign devil! Your Majesty, allow me to testify as to how Maya Fey is that murderous Lady Kira. Well, if it would assuage your anger, then by all means, please testify.
Maya Fey is Lady Kira.
Acolyte Fey channeled Lady Kira's spirit. She is a spirit medium who knows Lady Kira's true name, so she could have done it. So it was the real Lady Kira who returned to root out the rebels among us. She attacked and killed me with a strength far beyond any mortal woman.
Well, that doesn't make Maya guilty then. There we go. Maya's off the hook. We got it. Make him away, toys.
But...
Do you understand now? Murder by spirit channeling explains everything. This is the only way the accused could have defeated one rebel after another.
Indeed, I am living, or shall I say, dead proof of her terrible power.
Maya's ability to channel spirits. It's come back to haunt her. Now, is it not time to let it go and move on, Defense?
No, never. I'll never give up.
Now what? Think. How can I prove that Maya couldn't have channeled Lady Kira?
Let's see what we got. Phoenix. Acolyte Fey channeled Lady Kira's spirit.
Hold it. My client channeled Lady Kira? Isn't that a little far-fetched? Spirit channeling, that's... You expect me to believe that? Far-fetched, you say? But the very fact that I am here proves she has the power to channel spirits. But you're no proof she actually channeled Lady Kira. Oh, but I do.
Lady K was killed before Maya. See the real name on scroll. Wife also knows the name.
Yeah, we got that scroll from their house, so the wife also knows the name, but... I don't, you think the wife could have also, like, be a spirit medium, I guess? You think she can do that too? And so knowing the name, she would have been able to actually... That'll be crazy if it goes that far. I guess we'll see. She's a spirit medium, so she knows Lady Kira's true name, so she could have done it. She could have, just think about it. Hold it! Hold it! While it's true she may be capable of channeling Lady Kira, I doubt there's any proof she actually did. Are you talking about the famous rebel hunter? Or we are talking about the famous rebel hunter here. That modern day Lady Kira has captured many a rebel all by herself. And among them have been more than a few great warriors. Who but the real Lady Kira could have accomplished such a feat? It would be difficult for a mere mortal. That leaves the real Lady Kira of legend as the only likely answer. Obviously. Indeed. Is this not proof enough that the real Lady Kira of legend has been channeled? The real Lady Kira of legend? That's an oxymoron if I ever heard one. Then again, the people of Karain believe legends to be true.
And maybe Lady Kira is a man under the clothes. It could be. It'd be interesting if it actually was Rayfod's father.
Or somebody working for him. So it was the real Lady Kira who returned to the root out the rebels among us. Hold it! Hold it! Lady Kira is an actual person? Do you really believe there ever was a woman that powerful? One capable of battling rebels much bigger and stronger than herself? There is no way to prove that. But to doubt the existence of Lady Kira is to doubt Karianism itself. It is not for us to question. We must simply believe.
Yeah, how dare you doubt the legends? You'll regret saying that, you Polknon! Lady Kira's...
Oh? I don't get anywhere until I can refute their claims with some evidence. She attacked and killed me with a strength far beyond any mortal woman. Hold it! Hold it! Come on. Hold it. Just hold it, dude. A strength far beyond any mortal woman? And just how strong would that be? You need but look at the wound she inflicted upon my body. Though I had hoped to never have to think about that again. Your wound? It was pretty deep, and there was a tremendous amount of blood. And while Acolyte Zealot was rather small in stature, he was strong. Nevertheless, he was no match for the sheer strength of Lady Kira. My spirit channeling is proof that she's Lady Kira? This is not good. I'll have to prove she didn't channel the original Lady Kira. Okay. So just to go over real quick, Acolyte Faye, channel Lady Kira's spirit. She's a spirit medium who knows Lady Kira's true name, so she could have done it. So it was the real Lady Kira who returned to root out the rebels among us. She attacked and killed me with a strength far beyond any mortal woman. So given to only who will play the role in the Rite. Nothing's jumping out. I think I have strength for a woman. So it was the real Lady Kira. It's like there's a few statements here where I know there's evidence that has something to do with it. I just don't see if there's a contradiction or not. Sure. I think my brain's a little clouded because I need to use the restroom. So let me take a quick BRB and use the restroom real quick, and we'll be back in just a few minutes, guys. So don't go away. I'll give you a little Gavin guitar. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Zelda continues. Defeat your enemies, save the kingdom. Some will help you, others will betray you. Restore life. I can get magic. I cannot help you. Zelda! Use your sword. Find the crystals. Rescue the princess. Zelda! Zelda! Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, only from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power.
Last night they had a little party with a rock band, and your red eyes show it. Looks like a Visine morning. Stayed up to watch the late, and the much too late show. Looks like a Visine morning. Because Visine with tetrahydrozoline relieves, refreshes, and soothes irritated morning eyes and gets the red out. 429 pages and the butler did it. Looks like a Visine morning. Wake up to Visine. It gets the red out.
I decided to test Heinz ketchup myself to see why more folks choose it. And you know what happened? Heinz didn't run. Then I tasted Heinz, because to me that's proof. One taste, and I knew which ketchup I liked best.
Unbeatably thick, rich Heinz is America's 3-to-1 choice over any other single ketchup. Taste it for yourself.
No contest.
Heinz, America's favorite for thick, rich ketchup.
Look, it's magic.
It's a special kind of magic. It's Aquafresh's triple protection formula. Nobody else has it. Fights cavities with all the fluoride of the leading paste. Freshens breath with all the freshener, the leading gel. Cleans stained film with gentle, effective cleaners. Concentrated in one complete toothpaste. Mothers prefer Aquafresh.
I like your magic, Mr. Foster.
Triple protection Aquafresh, a complete toothpaste.
Nothing tastes like Hawaiian punch. You only have to taste it once. Taste of a flavor. Ooh, far away. Come on and go Hawaiian punch. Sail away,
The Olympic ideal,
American through and through. A heritage of striving, of greatness. Here's a salute from another American tradition. Hostess Twinkies Cakes. Cream filling and fresh golden sponge cake. Hostess Twinkies Cakes is a proud supplier to the 84 U.S. Olympic team. Hostess and the Olympics. American through and through.
Now, from Hostess Twinkies Cakes, collect Olympic gold medalist trading cards. 3 cards free on specially marked packages.
You need a Tetris shot. How do you even touch sides? Square, rectangle, trapezoid, texturoid.
Nintendo introduces Tetris.
Put a piece here, put a piece there. Use your thumbs, use your eyes. Find yourself Tetricide.
Now you're playing with power.
We're about to make these other salad guys green with envy. Announcing the creation of Taco Bell's new taco salad. Sure, we start with garden fresh vegetables.
Oh, yeah?
Seasoned ground beef.
Oh, yeah?
Served in a light flaky flour bowl you can eat.
Eat the bowl. Oh, no.
So try our new taco salad, the envy of all those other guys.
Taco Bell, it's just made for you.
Wonder Bread, an American tradition, is a proud supplier to the 1984 United States Olympic team. Whole wheat does have more of some nutrients and fiber, but Wonder has just as much calcium, niacin, and iron, helping build young America into a strong America.
Wouldn't be America without Wonder.
Wonder, helping nourish America's winners.
Now look for these free Olympic Games guides in specially marked Wonder loaves.
勇者たちが今ニューファミコンに出会う。ニューファミコンで蘇る伝説の物語攻略本付きファイナルファンタジー1、2一つになってアンコール発売。あのロックマンが帰ってきた。まだまだ懲りないドクター・ワイリーの野望。グレードアップした8ステージの強敵ロボット、面白さ2倍。究極の痛快アクションゲームロックマン2、ドクター・ワイリーの謎。
Get a little closer, don't be shy. Get a little closer with Arid Solid Extra Dry.
Ordinary deodorant sticks contain nothing to fight wetness, but Arid Solid fights odor and wetness with Arid's powerful anti-wetness ingredient. And only Arid has this baby fresh scent that's, baby fresh on you.
Get a little closer with Arid Solid Extra Dry.
Arid Solid fights wetness ordinary deodorant sticks can't.
Prepare thyself well, Dragon Warrior. Thy most challenging quest ever awaits. Go with speed, but go with patience. Seek out an arsenal, a dragon scale, a torch, and magic herbs. Use wisdom and cunning to choose thy commands, for the Dragon Lord is a fierce rival. Horrible and treacherous minions all guard the Evil One's island castle. Art thou ready, young one?
Yes, King Warrior.
And so begins a new epic, Dragon Warrior.
Nintendo, now you're playing with power.
No wonder it's the world's favorite all-over body fragrance.
They're all $100 bills. Talk about big bucks.
Big bucks. Sacks of cash found in the storeroom. A big deal went down here. Hold on. A big deal went down and then they left all the money here? And it's like the money is just the leftover shit. That's just the paraphernalia that just gets left over after the deal. They don't actually take the money. It just gets brought to the deal and then it's just like trash.
We don't need that.
Just
I just want to do my job. I just want to touch dead bodies all day and put fluids in them and stuff. Just let me go. Do me easier. How did I do that? Ba, ba, ba. Can I kiss myself, dude?
Thank you for the sunny and chill stream, guys. I presume you mean funny, but
I just want resources.
Ah! Whoa! Hold him down. He's still in shock. Get the tranquilizer. Okay, sorry about the wait. I'm back. Get some more water. Well, all right, let's solve this, shall we? Once and for all, for Maya's sake. And Phoenix's. All right, anyways, so where were we? I didn't know what was going on, right? Walk away for a few minutes and I have no fucking clue what we were doing. Need more resources. Yes. Let me see. Let me just consult the walkthrough so we're not here all night. Okay, so I think there's something I said or we said about the Tome of Secrets, right? The thing that we found that only Maya would have had, but we found it at Believes or at the Inme residence, I think, this thing. And we gotta push it on the right statement. There you go, Lady Kira's true name. Oh yeah, I should have been able to figure this out. I see what the point is now, because you have to know their face and their name, but in the depiction of Lady Kira, I assume this is why it's the evidence. You don't see her face, you just see the mask, right? That's not her real face. I think that's why we're presenting this. Let's see. Objection. The Tome of Secrets is only given to the priestess who performs the purification rite. Is this your proof that my client could have channeled Lady Kira? Yes, indeed. For it contains the true name of Lady Kira, a secret only revealed within. Abbot Inme, I'm afraid you're mistaken. This couldn't have been used to channel Lady Kira. What nonsense! Mr. Wright, would you care to explain? This is why my client couldn't have channeled Lady Kira. Do a little safety save. Lady Kira's face is hidden behind a mask in the Tome of Secrets. You need both a name and a face to channel a spirit. It can't be! Without a face, it would have been impossible for my client to channel Lady Kira. Oh my! The drama! Therefore, the claim that she became Lady Kira by means of spirit channeling is patently false, aka totally bullshit. Ugh. And with Lady Kira out of the equation, my client had no motive to commit murder. But then, who is the rebel-hunting Lady Kira we've been reading about in the paper? Yes, who is the other suspect if indeed there is no one at all? Let us hear the defense's brilliant deduction. Think! The true identity of Lady Kira is the key to solving both murders. I thought Miss Inme was suspicious, but her pregnancy takes her out of the running. And Mr. Aribal is a rebel, so that doesn't make sense. That leaves us with... Mr. Wright, you have that look again. The one where you know you have to say something, but you can't figure out what it is.
This is my chance to really turn up the heat. I'll just have to stir the pot till something floats to the top. Your Majesty, I know who's been posing as the rebel hunting Lady Kira. You do? Are you sure about that? Yes, completely. I sense that I may regret this, but please go on and explain. Thank you, Your Majesty. This is who has been posing as the rebel hunting Lady Kira. Would it be... I don't know, man. These are all the people. It's probably Albie, dude. I mean, if we're gonna be honest here, Albie's pretty suspicious. So it can be believed because she's pregnant? So what if it was Pure Zealot and his death was an accident? But then who killed Taurus then? Because he died before. Shoot, dude, I'm not sure. Would it have been Taurus? Would he be Lady Kira somehow? I don't know. Let me see. I'm really dropping the ball here. Well, yeah, it was Pure. Okay, that's 90% Pure. So, but then who killed Taurus then, right? Oh, we'll get to that, I suppose. He has a face that I don't think I can trust. Oh, yeah? Let's see. Pure Zealot. And let me do a little save. Take that! The true identity of the rebel hunting Lady Kira we seek is Pure Zealot. What's this? The High Priest murdered a disciple was Lady Kira, you say? A double agent! Oh, you're saying Albie, gotcha. Peace, I say peace! The defense will continue. Yes, Your Majesty. I wheeled down the list of suspects until there was only one left. Sherlock Holmes style. But a process of elimination is not the same as solid evidence. I assume you have evidence to back up your claim. Yes, of course. I will have some in a moment, that is. At least, I hope so. Maya wasn't Lady Kira, and neither was Miss Inmi or any of the other possibilities. That leaves Zealot. I have the evidence to prove it. The evidence that proves Acolyte Zealot was posing as Lady Kira is... I have no clue. Maybe the warning letter? Because that would explain why Bali pushed the thing over? Maybe that. Let's save. Maybe that. I'll try it. Saving it. Take that. This is what proves that Acolyte Zealot was Lady Kira. Lady Kira's warning letter. How absurd. What could that possibly prove? Prosecutor Sadmati. You stated that this warning letter proved that my client was Lady Kira. And the reason you gave was that the High Priest's house was locked tight. But there was another member of the family who lived there. Therefore, Acolyte Zealot could have delivered the warning anytime he wanted.
What is he talking about? That's just not possible.
Are you saying Lady Kira was not the culprit, but rather the victim? That's exactly what I'm saying.
But that would overturn the entire premise of this case. This trial has proceeded on the assumption Lady Kira was behind the serial killings. But if Lady Kira is one of the victims, who was the killer and what was their motive?
The only suspect left is Miss Inmi, and there's only one possible motive. What if it's Inmi is a rebel?
What?
Fiend, you're still bent on casting suspicion upon my lovely wife.
Blasphemer!
You have no evidence of this. Repent for the mistrust in your soul. Well, you have no evidence either. After all, the dagger with my client's prints on it wasn't what killed Acolyte Zealot. And the Plume Punisher theme that he had heard could have been from the alarm clock. That means all of the evidence linking her to the crime have been called into question. Was Lady Inmi a rebel, and did she pose as Lady Kira to kill Acolyte Zealot? Or was Acolyte Zealot a rebel and was the accused the Lady Kira who killed him? I would say either scenario is just as likely. What are we to do now? The alarm clock, you say? Do you mean the one in the rebel hideout? Yes, but what of it? So that's it. Yeah, because I guess that's the thing about that tape, right? We're supposed to go get the tape, and if the tape... Oh, how the tape should show the recording of the Plume Punisher recording, because it was in the seance vision, right? It's got to be... That's probably what we're getting down to, right? The difference between that audio recording and the seance vision. What's gotten into him?
But Inmi, just what is so comical?
Forgive my outburst. That was simply tickled my funny bone. What did? The theme song came from the Plume Punisher clock, you say? That alarm clock could not possibly have gone off. What makes you say that? The clock was working just fine the last time I checked. Try using your head for a change. Would not the existence of a secret hideout be given away if an alarm clock kept going off? Wait, you don't mean... Indeed, we have the alarm switched off at all times. No!
In that case...
I am sad to say that the defense's claims do not hold water.
Would you care to respond, Mr. Rite?
Oh, this can't be happening. Not now. This should put an end to the lawyer's futile struggles. The theme song the victim heard was from the accused's strap, just as we suspected. Therefore, the accused is the rebel hunting Lady Kira and the victim's killer. I need an opening, something I can raise an objection to. That Plume Punisher theme song Acolyte Zealot heard is in his final moments. I too heard it by way of the listening device. Oh, so it is on the tape. But did you really? If you had heard it, why did you testify to the fact before? Why didn't you testify? Is it not obvious? I did not know such a tune could become the key matter of dispute. Yes, the matter of the theme song came up before Abbott in Me was channeled. Oh, right. Well then, what if he's lying about the clock's alarm being switched off? Miserable wretch. That would be pointless. That would be a pointless lie, when easily disproven. If you check the clock, you will see that the alarm is in fact switched off. Come to think of it. What a fine item. And the switch, if I'm right. We set the switch back into the off position before we left. I remember hearing it clearly. Those distinctive taiko drums in the intro are etched into my mind. They went... Daka dun 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 dun. Distinctive taiko drums in the intro. This trial was gone on far too long. Shall we move ahead to the verdict phase now? By all means, and let's also return Abbott in Me's spirit to the Twilight Realm. Before I go, let me say a word to my darling wife. Aw, hell nah. Now, hold on just 1 minute. Your Majesty. Yes? The High Priest's statement is inconsistent with a certain piece of evidence. It is? Still you writhe in defiance of your fate. The very sight reminds me of a tortured soul writhing in flames. You won't be saying that once I show you the evidence. Now all I have to do is pick the right one. This piece of evidence is inconsistent with the statement about the taiko drum intro. I mean, it's got to be the keychain, right? Gonna do a little shape. Take that! This is what's inconsistent with the statement. My client's plume punisher strap. What does that have to do with anything? It plays the Plume Punisher theme song. And here it is, the theme to the Plume Punisher, Warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. Do you see what I mean? The music the victim heard is in his final moments. Might not have been the Plume Punisher theme song. No drums, bitch. I am afraid I'm not following you. What was it if not the Plume Punisher theme? In his final moments, Acolyte Zealot heard... I think I called this last week. The Steel Samurai theme, right? The prayers of the people. No, it's the Steel Samurai theme. Dog? You know, it's our ringtone, dude. There are no taiko drums in the intro of the Plume Punisher theme. So what Acolyte Zealot actually heard in his final moments was the theme to the Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. Oh my god. Peace, peace. Peace, I say. Mr. Rite. What is the Steel Samurai of which you speak? The Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo, is an action hero show from America. The Plume Punisher theme is a total ripper. I mean, it's heavily inspired by it. If you didn't know about the Steel Samurai, you could easily mistake the two. But the fact that Acolyte Zealot heard music from an American action hero show is irrefutable evidence that the accused was in the secret hideout. Actually, no. You have it backwards. But backwards? That's right. Miss Faye met an avid Plume Punisher fan here in Karain. And as a token of their friendship, she traded a certain Steel Samurai item she had she traded a certain Steel Samurai item she had for the Plume Punisher strap.
Hmm? And this avid Plume Punisher fan was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot?
Yes. And that avid fan is none other than the High Priest's wife, Balib Inmi. Do you have evidence to back this claim, Mr. Wright? For as forgiving as the Holy Mother is, I doubt she would tolerate yet another dose of your baseless slander. I suggest you prepare yourself to face her holiness's wrath. Oh, I'm prepared to turn this entire case upside down, that is. This is my last chance. Better take a deep breath and review the evidence.
Very well, then. Please present your evidence, if you would, defense.
The evidence that proves Miss Inmi was the one who killed Acolyte Zealot is... Would it be this because then Maya's holding this up and she's got the watch? Yeah, that's gotta be it because she's got the watch. Saving it. Take that! It's right here in this family photo. Proof that Miss Inmi and Miss Faye traded items featuring their favorite characters. A family photo. And what exactly we should be looking at here? The proof that they exchanged items featuring their favorite characters is right here. Look at Miss Inmi's left wrist. You can see the Steel Samurai's trademark top knot right there. Which clearly makes this a Steel Samurai watch.
Why, I never knew your wife had such hobbies, Abbott me. What an immature lady.
This family photo was taken right before Acolyte Zealot was murdered. By that point, my client had the Punisher strap, and Miss Inmi had a samurai watch. So what the victim heard in his final moments was none other than the sound of the watch Miss Inmi was wearing.
I wish to amend my testimony. What I thought were taiko drums was something else. My wife never had such a watch. It's the truth, I tell you. You must believe me, your majesty.
Prosecutor Jutsu.
Be not decisive by the defense's lawyerly chicanery. Now what? He's been pretty quiet up to this point. What does he have up his sleeve? There was a big gaping hole in this flimsy claim. A big gaping hole? I don't think so. This hole's nice and tight. Oh no, I'm afraid it is there, all right. Just like the big gaping holes in your putrid brain. My brain is neither putrid nor full of holes. I'm not a zombie after all. Says the dead lawyer walking. He who is narrow of vision focuses on what is before him, never seeing the big picture. Or as they say in your country, you cannot see the forest for the trees. For if it is as you said, and Lady Inmi, a rebel, slew Acolyte Zealot, the rebel hunting Lady Kira, then the rebel hunter would have been dead before the High Priest was slain.
Ah, that means the High Priest could not have been slain by the rebel hunting Lady Kira.
How could I have missed that? So tell me, who are you going to say killed the High Priest now? No!
See, I pointed that out earlier. I knew that was coming. He has a wet and wrinkly brain. Yeah. He's not a smooth brain.
Do you finally understand the sheer size of the holes that riddle your putrid brain?
I'm in hot water now.
I don't have any other suspects in the High Priest murder. You mindless zombie. You should have begun your journey into the Twilight Realm long ago. Now let it go and move on. No, I will never give up. Just need to think things through and figure out who really killed the High Priest. Here it goes. Epic anime climax. If Acolyte Zealot had been Lady Kira, he couldn't have killed the High Priest. So the question is, who did? Maybe I can get to the bottom of this by reviewing the events of this case in order. What evidence could tell me something about the crime scene before the murder? Alright, let's go ahead and just save right here at the top. What evidence could tell me something about the crime scene before the murder? Maya's testimony. Because the water was red. The spring was stained red. Oh, right. Maya said that the spring had been stained red before the rite even began. The spring was already red before the High Priest murder because of Zealot's blood, probably. The spring was stained red by Zealot's blood. That's right. Zealot had been killed in the rebel hideout the day before the rite, and his blood had flowed into the spring. Wait a second. The High Priest knew that Zealot had been killed in the hideout. So why didn't he report it to the authorities? If Maya had been the killer, he could have easily had her arrested on the spot. Why didn't the High Priest inform the authorities right then? To threaten Maya or to keep the hideout hidden? I'm not sure about this one. Let me see here, just in case. I'm not so sure. Why didn't the High Priest inform the authorities right then? I guess to keep the hideout hidden. That would be what he would say, probably, but it's ultimately it seems to threaten Maya. Is the reason, I guess. Why didn't the High Priest inform the authorities right away? Fuck, I'm gonna try to threaten Maya. That's what he ends up like basically doing, right? No, that wasn't it. Yeah, why would he do that? Okay, yeah, I did feel like that was weird. Better think another reason why he didn't inform the authorities, right? Okay, it was the other one. It tells me right away. It doesn't let me get too far down. It was to keep it hidden. Okay, that did make the more logical sense. He wanted to keep the hideout a secret. If he reported Zealot's murder, the authorities would find out about the hideout. That's what he was worried about. But by going through with a rite, the High Priest risked having Maya see the spring running red with blood. Why did he have to go through with the rite? Did he want to set up the scene during it or kill Maya? Did he have to go through with the rite? Did he want to? Kill Maya, I guess? Because I wouldn't be set up the scene during it, right? But did he want to kill Maya? Well, we'll do another save, I guess. I guess it tells us right away if it's not right. It's not like it's much risk here, is it? Wanted to kill Maya? Because he had that note to say not to do whatever he's going to do. But he had any number of other chances to do that. The fact that she's still alive must mean that he wasn't out to kill her. Okay, so what's the other one?
Because he wanted to set up the scene during it. Okay. Use the right to cover things up. Right, okay. Yeah, I guess I don't know why I didn't go with that right away, because that does make more sense based on what we had just said, too. My head's not on straight today. He wanted to set up the crime scene to conceal the hideout. Right, because that's what we just said. Yeah, come on, Domm. But how was he planning on concealing the source of the blood in the spring? He used his own blood. He used Maya's blood. He emptied the spring. But how was he planning to conceal the blood? I guess it was he used his own blood because he was the one that was the body laying in there. Staying the spring with his own blood. He concealed the source of the blood with his own. That was how he kept the rebel hideout a secret. It's all starting to fall into place. It's all to keep the rebel hideout a secret, huh? Seems like a big part of the motive here. I know who killed the high priest. It was Maya! It was Taurus himself. He killed himself to try to cover it up. A third party. It seems like we're pointing towards it being Taurus himself. Tara's death was a suicide. I can't believe it. Maybe he thinks he's not dying. It was Maya. Wait. Like, oh shoot, no, let me start over again. Hold on. I do like that they do this. It's very dramatic. It's cool. The high priest took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret. The high priest wasn't murdered by anyone. He took his own life to keep the rebel hideout a secret. What? What's this? The high priest committed suicide? I have never heard anything more absurd. The lair has placed a stain on the good priest's death with his putrid brain. Its putrid, gaping holes are as large as the hole in his logic. What hole? You still fail to understand. You truly cannot see the forest for the trees. You claim the high priest took his own life. But have you considered who brought the dagger to the Plaza of Devotion? After the high priest was killed, the dagger was thrust into Acolyte Zealot's dead body. Only the accused, Maya Fey, could have done that. It is as Prosecutor Sadmati says. Your claim is rather porous in its logic. And your evidence is too weak. You cannot prove that the high priest took his own life to conceal the rebel hideout. They're right, the dagger was impaled in Zealot's body. But his body had been placed at the plaza the previous day. Well, Mr. Rite, would you care to respond? Zealot's body was already in the plaza the day before the rite. What if the dagger was also already in him at that time? The dagger was never at the inner sanctum. It's Taurus' soul. Taurus died by a different weapon. Yeah, Taurus died, but did he also die from the... That'd be so funny if they both die from the... I guess it's not really funny. Weird. That's the word, maybe. They both died from it. He died from a different weapon. I'm gonna try that. Of course, that's it. What is it? There was no need to move the dagger. It had already been stabbed into Acolyte Zealot's body the day before the rite.
What? So that means... what does that mean?
It means the dagger wasn't the weapon that took the High Priest's life. But no weapon was ever found at the Inner Sanctum. If you will not listen to reason, then I insist you prove your assertion. Show us what you believe the real murder weapon to be. The real weapon? I got nothing, but I know there had to have been a weapon there. Maybe if I think back on the trial thus far, I'll spot the clue I need.
Well, would the defense care to tell us what the real murder weapon is?
This is what really killed the High Priest. I'm assuming it's the friggin' statue, but I mean, we'll look at everything real quick. I think it's trying to point at the statue. It's like, look back on the case, right? Probably this statue again? And he did back up into it, I'm pretty sure. It seemed like it in the seance vision. So I'm trying it. Take that! What really killed him has been at the Inner Sanctum all this time. And its lethality has already been demonstrated by the late Acolyte Zealot. That's right. It was the Warbot statue. Polkanka!
You believe that the statue claimed both victims' lives?
Would you care to chime in, Abbot and me?
No, he lies. Pay him no heed. Why, it's...
Oh.
Lady in me. Darling, don't you think this has gone on long enough?
Believe. No. Your Majesty, my wife knows nothing. Please, Abbot in me, let your wife speak. For once in your miserable life. Now, Lady in me, please continue if you would.
It's that time again.
And what time would that be?
2:30 in the afternoon. The time my husband conducts his daily prayers. And the time Pure was slain.
Ba-da-da-da. It's so funny if at this moment she decides to play the theme song.
That sound, it's...
She's like, oh, sorry, that's actually my phone. The Steel Samurai alarm.
I too like to pray at the same time as my dear husband. So I set an alarm to remind me each day. But I had no idea it would come to this.
No, stop. She knows not what she speaks. She's a stupid woman, after all.
Whoa, dude. Hold on. All of a sudden, he's just super sexist. It's like, where the fuck did this come from?
Your Majesty, I am the one who slew Acolyte Zealot.
Abbot in me! Bailiff, summon a physician at once! The physician is now attending the High Priest, so there is no need to fear. Now, let us continue.
And what about the half of him called Maya that's still among the living? Miss Inme, will you tell us everything you know?
The truth is, I am a rebel, just like my husband. This tragedy unfolded before the rite, during the Feast of Blessings. I had gone to the rebel hideout to prepare it for Dat's escape.
And that's when Acolyte Zealot suddenly appeared.
Yes. Pure was shocked when he saw me there.
Acolyte Zealot did not know you were a rebel.
I do not believe he did. I believe he was there simply to investigate the hideout.
And then he suddenly came face to face with Miss Inmi. So the true identity of the rebel hunting Lady Kira was Pure Zealot?
Yes. He was a member of the secret police, serving directly under the Minister of Justice.
The secret police?
And this is what he said to me. I can kill rebels with impunity. The Justice Minister has my back. He was using his position within the secret police to deal us rebels a heavy blow. But murder sanctioned by the Crown is still murder.
I knew this guy was in on it.
Even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered.
What's that supposed to mean?
Let's just say I got a little trick up my sleeve, so I'd watch it if I were you. 'Cause you got a defiant attitude, like one of them dragon dupes.
The trick up Minister Inga's sleeve was Lady Kira.
No, this cannot be. My father would never.
This must be a bolt out of the blue for Rafa. This explains why Acolyte Zealot abandoned his real name.
Yes. He even went as far as covering up the tattoo that all Karianist clergy members receive.
Lady Kira was a member of the secret police. That explains why no order was given to investigate her attacks. I guess I'm not alone in hearing this for the first time.
But, this cannot be.
Is it true? The Justice Minister is sanctioning state-sponsored murder? Peace! Now, Lady Inmi, please continue.
Pure suddenly lunged at me. That's when I pushed the stone slab toward him with all my might. But I never meant for what happened next to occur.
Allow me to take it from here. Abbot Inmi, are you sure you're all right now?
He abandoned his real Nemu. Exactly, totally.
I am sorry you had to see that. But you need not worry about me. I am already dead. Worry about Maya Fey, the girl I tried to get put in prison and killed.
Please, we need to know what was so important that you would take your own life. And Maya's.
After I learned that my wife had accidentally slain Zealot, I chilled his body with snow to make it seem as if he died more recently than he did. Then, I later moved it to the Plaza of Devotion and inserted the dagger into his wound. The plaza was empty at that time, for it was before prayer time had started. Finally, I placed his body in the prayer pose, knowing that no one would notice anything was wrong until the rite had concluded. It's perfectly plausible that no one would disturb him if he seemed to be praying. We do treasure our prayer time, after all.
So you admit you tried to pin this crime on Maya Fey?
Yes, this was all my doing. I never told my wife of the plan, for surely she would have tried to stop me.
Is that her saying, nah, dude, I wouldn't have stopped you? How did you get Miss Fey's fingerprints on the dagger?
I had her hold it while we were rehearsing the rite the day before. And right before the rite, I drugged her with a sleeping agent. Then I put Lady Kira's robes over the Warbot statue.
That means Maya was probably already groggy by the time the rite started. Finally, I ended my own life. To ensure that the crime would appear to have been by Acolyte Faye's own hand. But when your body was discovered, Lady Kira's robes were on the ground. How did they end up there if they were on the statue? After I impaled myself on one of the statue's dagger-like feathers, I used the last ounce of my strength to hurl my body backwards. As I did, I grabbed onto the robes, taking them with me as I fell back onto the ground. How terrible! What possessed you to do such a thing?
You needn't have committed suicide simply to frame the accused. You could have done so easily without it.
Prosecutor Samadi, as one well versed in our kingdom's legal system, I would expect you of all people to understand.
Understand what? This kingdom's legal system, Miss Enemy's crime, your suicide. It can't be. That would be sadder than sad.
Why, I believe the defense knows of what the High Priest speaks.
Yes, I finally understand. This explains why the High Priest took his own life. The Defense Culpability Act? I think we're gonna do Dirk's book, I'm gonna assume, but we're gonna save. I believe I wouldn't have stopped you. I do like a good courtroom drama. Exactly. And I know you always want to say alibi in court, dear. Yeah, I did this all so you could say alibi. I know you love that. Let's see. Take that! The Defense Culpability Act. Circumstantial evidence supports Miss Enemy's killing of Acolyte Zelot in self-defense. However, it would be next to impossible to prove it without a lawyer. That's why the High Priest wanted to pin the crime on Maya Fey. I fail to see what that has to do with his suicide. In Kalrain, the divination seance is the most important piece of trial evidence. The High Priest wanted to frame Miss Fey as a serial killer. It was a clever plan in which he made sure he'd see Lady Kira in his final moments.
The lawyer speaks true. That is why I placed Lady Kira's robes upon the Warbot statue. I made it seem that Acolyte Faye was the rebel hunting Lady Kira.
But... Are you saying you used my divination seance to produce false evidence?
Forgive me, your benevolence. But it was the only way to help my lovely wife. She is banging.
And if you had approached me first, I could have proved that the murder was in self-defense.
Perhaps. But I had little faith in lawyers, despite being a rebel.
How utterly foolish to cast away one's life for such a reason. There must have been other ways to cover up the crime. Much better ways. I could have covered up this crime.
Yet, had I done so, my wife would rush to my defense, and when the case went to trial, she would suffer the same fate as I under the Defense Culpability Act.
I could not have lived with myself had she been convicted because of that fiendish man. This cannot be. All I have done under the laws of our kingdom, it has all been...
Poor Rafa. She's really taken this hard. But I can't say I'm surprised.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, it is time to show the might of your legal prowess. You mustn't allow another innocent soul to be charged under that despicable law.
Of course. I'll do whatever I can.
What I have done to you and Acolyte Faye is unforgivable. I can only offer my most humble of apologies. Your Majesty. Yes? I ask that you please look after my wife. You have my word. Your benevolence. It is time that I return to the Twilight Realm. The Magatama of parting, if you please.
Put the top back on, dude, please. Please put the kimono back on.
Very well. Your benevolence. Please, allow me the honor. Yes. If you would, it would be more fitting for you to send him on his way.
Miss in me.
Darling, I'm so glad I was able to see you one last time. Thank you for everything.
I am sorry to leave you like this, my love.
You know you can watch over me from the world beyond.
But now you can.
Yes. Always and forever.
And with every breath I take, my darling, I'll be thinking of you.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I never thought I would cry in court.
This is pretty cool. Fade to white. Oh. They're all just victims of this shitty legal system.
Farewell, my darling.
And it's Maya again.
The High Priest has returned to the Twilight Realm.
Maya!
I feel great. I guess that means he didn't leave any regrets behind. Oh! What about the trial, Nick?
It's over. It was a sad reality born of love, and a great tragedy born of the Defense Culpability Act.
Well, I see no need to continue this trial. Does the prosecution have anything to say?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, I owe a debt to you. One that I will pay back in court someday.
Now, to deliver today's verdict and overturn that of yesterday's trial. With respect to all current and previous charges against them, I hereby declare the accused, Maya Fey, and her defense, Phoenix Wright, not guilty!
These badass fucking butterflies and shit, dude. Hell yeah. Little curtsy, frenzy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, we should do this. He was also excited. All the people on the couch. Oh yeah, not guilty. Woo! Woo! Yeah, yeah. All right, sit down, everybody. You're getting a little too excited. All right, come on. Come on. We got more game to play. Hell yeah, I know it's exciting. May 12th, 4:20 p.m. 4:20. Blaze it. High Court of Kaorain accused lobby.
Yeah, I feel great. Oh, my legs are killing me.
Yeah, because he was doing all that like yoga or whatever.
So I was thinking, Nick, the legal system here is really stacked against the defense. It's totally unfair.
Yeah, it even forced the High Priest to make the ultimate sacrifice just to protect his wife.
It's just so sad.
Protect the status quo or join the revolution. If the real Lady Kira were here, I wonder which side she would take. Your benevolence.
What?
I was, just wondering, are you alright?
Quiet, you! How could I possibly be alright?
Yeah, she's not doing well at all.
Who do you think you are? Suddenly appearing before me, trampling my insides underfoot and plunging the Hall of Justice into utter chaos. You even desecrated my mother and father's teachings, you soulless infidel!
Oof, that was a bit more extreme than usual.
What am I to do? I had always believed that communing with the victim's Mitama would lead me to the absolute truth. But each time you overturned my insight, it was revealed that they were served to support false charges rather than the truth. I am left now with that heavy truth in my heart.
I'm sorry, Reifa.
Perhaps I am not worthy of hearing the voices of the Mitama.
That's where you're wrong, your benevolence. I don't know who's talking.
What?
Oh, it's Maya. Maya? I didn't recognize her voice just now. She must have been using a weird voice because it was question marks.
How dare you!
Your role is to bring forth the voices of the Mitama into our world. If you don't do it, who will?
You know nothing, Maya Fey! It was spirit channeling, not a divination seance that brought the truth to light. How dare an outsider like you employ the Queen's sacred art? But what can I do? My spiritual power does not even approach yours. Is it not a cruel joke? The royal priestess, bested by a lowly outsider.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
And why not? Is it worth at least a laugh or two?
It is worth a thought. Like, she's being so confusing. Like, we're supposed to be laughing at her?
You shouldn't talk like that.
Huh?
Listen, your benevolence. You were just fulfilling your duty, weren't you? And you're the only one capable of performing the divination seance, right? The station of Royal Priestess is not something to abandon lightly.
The station of Royal Priestess?
The people of your kingdom believe in you. And if you really mean all that you just said, then what are they supposed to believe in?
You know not of what you speak.
Actually, I kind of do. After all, I'm only here training so I can become the master of my village back home.
A village master, you say? I did not know. Seems I owe you an apology. For even today, I called you a neophyte practitioner.
It's all right, your benevolence. Thank you for finally acknowledging me.
A future queen and a future village master? I guess it shouldn't be a surprise, considering they may have had a common ancestor. Maya's right, your benevolence.
Barbed head?
Your insights were a crucial piece of evidence in this trial. It doesn't matter if they weren't always 100% accurate. You should be proud of what you did. You've played an important role in assuring that justice was served. And besides, your insights aren't the problem here. It's your kingdom's legal system. Without lawyers, your insights have come to be accepted as the sole truth. And the Defense Culpability Act, which gave rise to that, is the root of it all.
But that is the dangerous thinking of a rebel.
Your benevolence. As crowned princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true and what is false. And most importantly, what role you must play therein.
I wonder if I'm even up to the task.
Knowing you, your benevolence, you're more than capable.
I've never heard Maya talk like this before. She's really come a long way. Boom? What was that? It came from the hallway. Smoke! We'd better go check it out. Hurry! Miss Inme!
Mr. Rite, Acolyte Faye, I'm so sorry for what transpired. You were almost sentenced to death because of me.
And you were just gonna let it happen. Okay.
I will make amends by picking up where my husband left off. I will see the revolution through, so nothing like this can ever happen again. For that is the depth of my love for my dearly departed husband.
Lady Inme, we gotta hurry! That voice, is that Mr. Aribal? I don't remember the voice I used for him.
I must tell the people. They must learn that the peace we enjoy is a false one. One built on the backs of innocents charged with false crimes under the Osidious DC Act. We have it in our power to forge a society in which the law judges all of us fairly.
Hey there, PW. I wish we had more time to talk, but... Dirk, everything's ready. It's go time. Dirk? Oh, there's Dirk, dude. You know, have we seen him before? Wait, was that the rebel leader, Dirk? After him! Don't let him get away! The power to forge a society in which the law judges all of us fairly. It's the start of a legal revolution.
Hey, Nick! Hate to bother you while you're lost in thought, but I just got this great idea.
What is it?
The Steel Samurai versus the Rebel Dirk. I bet it'd make for another awesome TV show. And if we threw the Plume Punisher in there, everyone would go nuts over it.
I'll never get what she sees in those shows. But it's good to know that no matter what happens, Maya will always be Maya. Oh, there was no, like, last piece of evidence to show somebody, huh? Sometimes I do that. What a segue, Maya. Yeah, right?
She's like, so anyway, all those people just blew up the wall and ran out of here, but hey, we should talk about Steel Samurai.
Turnabout Storyteller is the next episode. Ooh, Storyteller. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a short one. We got a short one and then a really long one coming up. Save the game. Yup. There we go. So yeah, we will pick up there next week, probably next Wednesday. So that is the stream for tonight, everybody. But thanks for coming by. I appreciate y'all. Let me see here. Looks like we just got a couple of us here. I'm going to go ahead and just call it then. We won't be doing a raid necessarily tonight, but I really thank you guys for coming and hanging out. You guys always make this more enjoyable, so thanks. Hoodie, Togepi, and anybody else who might be lurking out there. Thanks for the stream, Dom. Have a great night. You too, guys. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys again. The next stream I'll probably be live on is Monday. I do have some stuff going on that's going to be changing in my life soon. I have somebody moving into my house, so my schedule might be a little bit more flexible for a little bit until we get settled in or whatever. So yeah, just letting you guys have a little heads up there. But hopefully Monday we'll be back with some Sherlock Holmes, and then back Wednesday with some more Phoenix Wright. So there we go. Hey, you stay awesome too, guys. Have a good night, everybody, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.